Now, streaming live, this is KSLA News Now.
Well, thank you for streaming us on KSLA News Now. I'm Jeff Horchak. This is some of our top headlines tonight. The Shreveport Police Department is facing hundreds of angry people online after an unnamed Shreveport officer was caught in a controversial deepfake AI video. Now, we're blurring all the videos out of consideration for the victim. It shows a black female officer eating with writing above her insinuating a racially controversial sentence. Now, remember, the video is fake and the SPD officer did not write or say this. However, a social media account called Libs for TikTok reposted the video, causing outrage online. Now, the officer maintains the video is not of her and is in fact AI. The officer says the fake account has about 380,000 followers and they've been posting AI videos pretending to be her since May of last year. The Shreveport police say the fake videos are intentionally trying to cause division.
Things like this tend to fracture public trust, especially when you have something that is intentionally race baiting and it's completely 100% done with the intent to cause some type of racial disturbance.
Now, additionally, there are over a dozen fake accounts of the SPD officer. Police say there are more victims of this deep fake videos across the Arklatex, mostly of black female first responders. Now, we reached out to the officer being targeted, but she did not respond to our request for a comment. In an exclusive interview with KSLA, two of Johnny Hamilton's daughters say their dad disappeared in his red 2001 Chevrolet Silverado on January 5th. Now, one of his daughters, Lasanja, says that she would visit her dad's house every day before he went missing. She says her dad mentioned going somewhere with his friend the day that he disappeared. Now, they later found out that Hamilton never met with the friend and instead left in his truck that they say he never drove.
So we are looking as best as we can, and we're not going to stop fighting for him. We're not going to stop praying for him. We're not going to stop looking for him. And in my heart, I know for a fact, somebody knows something. That man did not vanish. That man, that red truck did not, he didn't vanish off the face of the earth. We're speaking as daughters, as my daddy's daughters. Please help us find him. I don't care if it's good, bad, happy, sad. Help us.
Now, Lasanja says since her dad's disappearance, she has now made a Facebook page dedicated to collecting information to help find her dad. Well, people are moving out of Shreveport. That's according to the city's latest updated master plan. And new city leaders are trying to find ways to stop the downward trend. According to Shreveport's updated master plan, nearly 21,000 people have left the city between 2010 and 2022. The Shreveport leaders say one way to help reverse this trend is by improving livability in the inner city.
Important to us that we bring some life back to some of the inner city neighborhoods that are in a less than desirable condition.
Well, through major investments, city leaders hope the inner city will attract many people. While most crime is on a downward trend, domestic violence in the city of Shreveport is not. SPD announced that they are opening a domestic violence center to help bring down those numbers. The department plans on opening this domestic violence center inside of the department in order to help give victims much needed resources they'll need to get out of the abusive situation. The SPD says this is a joint effort with the district attorney's office along with Debbie Martin to help victims in this type of cases. And we spoke with SPD about the importance of having the center and why it's so important right now.
What the victim assistance will be is a place for individuals that are in situations involving domestic violence so that we can offer them some resources, direct them on the right path to getting out of those dangerous relationships. You know, unfortunately this past year we did see a rise in domestic violence and we continue to see that. But what we were trying to do is connect victims with the assistance they need, and that's where the victim assistance program will come into place, and that's where Miss Debbie Martin has really been working to allocate some resources and some funds to that. And she's been working closely with the Caddo Parish District Attorney's Office and Chief Smith in order to do that, so that we can just save as many people as we can from instances involving domestic violence.
Now, the department plans on having the Domestic Violence Center open early next month.
And we're tracking some storms on the way for the weekend. I'll have the details on that coming up next.
KSLA First Alert Weather.
And nice evening we have right now across the Arklatex. Temperatures are turning a little bit cooler, though. It's going to be overall kind of a chilly night compared to the last couple of nights. We'll get to those details, though, in just a few minutes. Let's focus, though, on our next big weather maker. This is the one going to arrive Saturday into Sunday. It's a pretty strong low pressure system, and there's a lot of moisture for it to work with. So we're talking about widespread showers and storms arriving Saturday afternoon, lasting through Saturday night. Heavy rain likely as the system rolls through the Arklatex here. The severe threat, though, is going to stay on the low side. So that's the good news. Now, we can't rule out one or two strong storms, but I think overall the risk of severe weather is looking pretty low. Here's how this plays out. We'll take you into Saturday, and I think the day starts off pretty quiet. In fact, the overall timing of all this has kind of slowed down by several hours. So I think that means that most of Saturday morning will be okay. As we get into Saturday afternoon, though, that's when the storms start to roll in from the west. You can see it gets pretty active late in the day, and that will continue to roll through during the evening hours. Heavy rain, the main risk, as I mentioned. Could see one or two severe storms. I can't rule that out entirely, but as I mentioned, the risk overall for a lot of severe weather is looking pretty low. And then we'll take you into Sunday. Still a few leftover showers. That should move out by the afternoon. So how much rain are we talking? In general, 1 to 3 inches of rain on Saturday into Saturday night, which is, of course, not good news for activities going on. We got a lot of Mardi Gras events, and of course it's Valentine's Day, but we do need the rain. We're in a drought, so this rain is going to actually be beneficial for us. Looking at our forecast, though, for tonight, not much going on except mostly clear skies. It'll be a bit of a cooler night across the area with temperatures falling into the mid to upper 40s. The last couple of nights we've seen overnight temps in the 60s, so tonight definitely going to be a little chilly compared to that. Looking at our forecast here for tomorrow, going to be a pretty nice day overall, starting off in the upper 40s, mid 50s here by 9 a.m., mid 60s at noon. A beautiful afternoon. Look at that sunshine and 74 degrees, just kind of a perfect afternoon across the Arklatex. Most of us will get well into the 70s for your Thursday. 74 in Natchitoches, 73 Coshada, Minden 71, Marshall 74, Center Texas here at 75, Nacogdoches up to 77. Still a few upper 60s there along and north of the I-30 corridor. All right, let's check out that 7-day forecast. Mid 70s here for your Thursday. Upper 70s, might even see a few places near 80 degrees by Friday afternoon. It's going to be a warm one. Then Saturday comes in, and it's going to be a little stormy here. Pretty good chance of storms, especially in the afternoon. Some of that rain could be heavy. Some showers linger into Sunday, 67 for the high, and then we're right back in the 70s next week, maybe even seeing some low 80s again by Wednesday and Thursday. Saturday's going to be a pretty wet day, but, regardless of that, the parades will still roll. You just got to bring the rain gear.
Yeah, just be ready. Hopefully they'll be able to move the parade up maybe a little bit and it'll avoid.
I think that'll be helpful. They can maybe shift that a couple hours earlier. It looks like it's going to be more of a later afternoon storm event.
There's a parade on Sunday, but the weather should be good for that.
Should be good by Sunday afternoon.
All right, thank you, Matt. Thanks for watching. You can join us for our next newscast at 10 o'clock tonight. Until then, stay connected with us on our KSLA News 12 app. See you at 10.